What's up, YouTube? How you doing? It's Leroy Green. I am exhausted, and that is for a not a very good reason. I've been, life is a continuous learning process, and it's been really kicking my butt lately and teaching me some tough lessons. And I shot a short film not too long ago called By the Creed. It was for a contest. The results will be announced on the 13th, and that date cannot come quick enough. I'm learning a heck of a lesson in patience, which I have never, ever, ever been. Um, I am a Christian. I believe in God, and sometimes I feel like God is really trying to teach me a lesson, or just trying to make me a better person. This is a hard lesson because I'm the sort of person where I it's not like I have things to do right now. Like I am very, very static and have been for the whole week, and haven't been able to enjoy it at all. All I want to be doing is shooting stuff, but at the same time, I'm one of those people who becomes fixated on productivity, and I don't want to do things unless I'm going to be productive. But then I'm not being productive. It's the constant fight between those two things. It's like, should I do something and have nothing come of it? I mean, I spent. I can argue that I've spent a good portion of my life doing things that really didn't add up to anything other than experience. So, and in my head, I'm a little biased against working for just experience right now. I feel like you're gonna get experience no matter what you do. So, like right now, I'm learning how to be patient. It's a tough lesson and whatnot, but I'm learning it, and I've had a lot of time to think this week, analyze myself and my patterns and how I cope, and finding new ways to cope with boredom and waiting, and because I'm not just waiting on the contest. I have worked several jobs as an editor, as an actor, as a filmmaker, where I just haven't been paid for them yet. And in the meantime, I'm watching my bank account kind of dwindle while I am waiting to be paid. Uh, the hardest thing in the world is watching your bank account dwindle. And right now, I don't know if you can see that or not. I got a little bit of a tremor in my fingers because I'm just not eating right. I'm scared to spend money because I may be out of money for food. It's really that bad. Um, been kind of behind on payments, and I feel like to a certain extent, it seems like that's the life of an artist until you get to a certain point. I've known way too many successful artists in my life to believe for a second that I'm not going to get to where I want to be, and I'm right on schedule. I feel like getting close to my 30s, I'm going to really hit my stride, and I'm and get to where I want to be and be able to um, provide for myself, provide for possibly a significant other. I'm not even thinking about kids until way later, but it's tough watching your money dwindle when you've already earned a significant amount of money. Also, it's hard to be ambitious when your funds are dwindling because you can be as creative and thoughtful as possible, but it's really hard to get that out to the masses and gain any sort of recognition for it um, without money, plain and simple. Uh, I've and I know there's some that are out there saying that if you're a real artist, you'll just you'll be happy with just creating for yourself. Do it for yourself. It's the constant argument between, oh, you just want people to like you, and you don't really care about the art, and that's it's not quite true. I feel like I'm happy with everything I do. Like I don't really feel like I lack in confidence in that way. Everything I do, I have a great time doing it. I have fun, but it's there's a plateau in the amount of enjoyment I get from it when I do it for myself. That's just how I am. And the challenge is for me to get other people to see it and to try and move up in the world. Like I'm a challenged based person, and this week has just been empty. there has been no challenges. I'm thinking, and it scares me. Reason being is because I've always been a dreamer, been a like crazy dreamer my whole life. I've always wanted to do something grand in scale and to be somebody my family can be proud of and things of that nature. But it's really hard. I feel like I've gotten really, really close to just doing significant, really, really significant things in my life. And I fall short. And today, when I was in the shower, right before I came here to talk to you guys, I realized it might be because I've never been there before. I come from nothing. I come from dirt, poor, like ravaged inner city like living, circumstances that really mess you up. And to imagine for a second life without having to worry, it's almost like I do ask, do I short circuit myself? Is there something in me that's almost gun shy when it comes to being successful? Because I think it's the energy you put out. Like it's too good to be true. And right now I'm at a point where if one thing was to go right, I feel like I would be able to snowball it and make a lot of good things happen. But that would be too good to be true. And I've been trying to shake this mentality for a long time, you know? I'm talented at a lot of things, I'm good at a lot of things. But even when I do enough to the point where when I'm done, my first reaction is I absolutely positively have earned whatever my reward is, which is probably first place or whatever I'm going for, or the money that I'm going for. I instantly go into, but it's never been that easy for you. It's never been that easy for you. And I think one of the reasons why I'm making this vlog is because I'm going to get over that. Like, it makes me mad that I think that way. It makes me mad that my life conditioned me to feel that way. And it makes me mad thinking about other little kids who are growing up in that situation who are going to deal with the same thing. It makes me mad that you might be watching right now and you are stuck in a job where you damn well deserve to get another 15 grand a year or 20 grand a year, but you can't because every time you do, some person who's way more qualified or whatever just happens. It's never quite right. And that's what it is. And I'm not sure if it's me. I'm not sure if it's the way our government is set up. I'm not sure if it's greed amongst everybody. But I do know that it's not right. And I do want to be the person who breaks that. That's my life's goal, is coming from the family that I'm a part of, seeing my mom, who really had the potential to do anything she wanted to do, she just didn't do it. Something pushed her in the wrong direction. And as of right now, I'm going to do the exact opposite. I'm going to go the right direction. I'm going to make this work. So, I was in my shower kind of preaching to myself in my head because I refuse to let this beat me. And I think you should refuse to let it beat you too. But I think it's a very real issue we have as a people. I think I could speak for my demographic, which would be 18 to 34 African American males, like who come from similar situations, broken homes, poor homes, whatever. And for every time in my life where I've failed, I can look at it as a time in my life where I've really surpassed people's expectations. And I'm at a point in life where I'm willing myself to make this opportunity happen. Every day it's like a constant battle. And God has given me a whole 2 weeks to sit idle and just battle with myself. Good energy versus bad energy, good energy versus bad energy. And I'm just wondering, have you ever been there? And if so, how do you get over it? If you're a multi-billionaire or millionaire, or you've managed to make your own company successful and do what you love to do, what was the turning point? Like, how did you will it to happen? Or did you not? Or did it just happen by accident? Was your mom and dad already in the business? Did they hand it down to you and you just knew how to do it? Was it nature? Was it nurture? What was it? Because as of right now, I don't really have much of a blueprint to focus on from my own gene pool in my own family. I need to pull from others, and I have some great role models, but